Hey guys, it's Chanel Diane, and today I'm going to do a tutorial about how I did this install with this 5x5 closure. As you see, she can be parted anywhere. I hadn't done like a tutorial in a while, so I might be a little rusty, but the install turned out perfectly, and I did get to use my own glue that I'm testing out, so I'm really excited about that. And then let me get a little close. So as you see, she's really blended. Don't look at the nail, but she's really blended. It turned out really good. It doesn't give like a closure look. It looks a lot more like a frontal, which I love, but I don't have to worry about having glue like from ear to ear. Just a little tidbit. This is the hair from my line. This is the Laos curly. This is gonna be on sale, y'all. This is gonna be on sale. I'm having a sale for Laos curly, which I have in my head, Laos kinky curly, as well as the Indonesian wavy, which I love. And I'm going to do a sale on that. The sale is going to be March 6th through 8th, and it's going to be like a wholesale sale, so you have to buy a minimum of 1 kilo, which is 10 bundles of hair, and the prices start at drumroll $280, boo, for 1 kilo of hair, 10 bundles. Prices start there. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to have closures and frontals to match, as well as wigs that are already pre-made and gorgeous. So I wanted to show you how the closure looks, how these bundles look, and then I'm over the next week I'm going to straighten this hair. I'm going to add some color, and then I'm going to wash it, bring my curls back because I love these curls, and then show you how the hair can handle everything and how amazing it is. Also, just another little tip before we get into the tutorial. I know y'all don't like people talking all day, but I mentioned this in the video, but this is a Swiss lace, and if I wouldn't have tinted it as much as I did, it would have been perfect. But a lot of people sleep on just laces in particular. The same thing that I did to this HD lace, I can do to a Swiss lace. Like, your girl is that good. Not really. It's lace, and I know that I can freak it out and manipulate it to be how I need it to look, like no matter what. And Swiss lace lasts a hell of a lot longer than HD, so just keep that in mind. We have various types. We have HD and we have Swiss, 5x5, 6x6, and then 13x4 closures. Sorry about that. Frontals. So all those will be available on the sale. If you want some of this hair, stay tuned to these next few videos so you can see what all the hair can do. Cause honey, she is popping. Love this hair. And thank you for tuning in. Sorry I've been gone. I'm still pregnant. We're still cooking. You see this? We're still cooking here. So that is why I have not been as present, because I'm creating life. So yeah, thank you for everybody who purchased for the last sale. Thank you in advance to anyone who purchases for the next sale. I did not get a chance to tell y'all about last sale because items sold out so quickly. So this time I'm telling you in advance and showing you all the amazing hair. And yeah, follow me on Chanel at Chanel Rose Gold on Instagram. You can see pictures and videos of the hair, find out more information about the sale, all that good stuff. And I will see you soon. Enjoy the tutorial. Bye guys. Alright, so quick little overview about these closures before I even get into it. A lot of people are hell-bent on HD lace, but Swiss lace, which this is, if you like melt it to your right color and everything, it can be just as seamless. And I'll show you once I cut off my cap. HD lace is temporary. It's not, this is HD lace, so I definitely see why people fall in love with it, because it melts in your skin pretty easily, but it's fragile. I was using a Denman brush to brush out the curls, ended up ripping, the brush ripped through the lace. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to do this. You can still get a seamless look with the Swiss lace, which I might use it on a frontal for my next tutorial, but just to let you guys know. Okay, so getting right into it. Not a lot of talk. All right, so I'm using some alcohol actually on the cap, mainly because I want everything to be oil free. Now I'm only doing a 5x5 closure. I'm not doing a frontal. So I'm just gonna go over the top. I'm gonna let that dry. While I'm letting it dry, I'm actually gonna thread a needle. Okay, so I'm testing out some products from my brand, and this is my prep. If you have oily skin, if your units typically don't last long, this goes a long way. I'm putting it on the cap, which it'll go through the cap and kind of melt on your skin. So I'm just kind of rubbing it in. And remember, I'm doing a 5x5, so I'm kind of just eyeballing how far I need it to go down in order to protect my skin. Now here's the thing, you'll see a lot of tutorials for frontals and closures and everything. A lot of people use like Gots to Be glue, or Gots to Be, or not Gots to Be, what is that spray? Yeah, Gots to Be spray. And like the gel and stuff is not something that I recommend really, because what tends to happen is they'll put the gel on their edges and then they'll like melt the cap into like their hair and the gel, and what ends up happening is like that gel is super strong, so when it adheres to the cap and it's also adhering to like your hair, as your hair grows back, or if you install a lot of bundles or whatever the case may be, it's also going to take your hair with it. So that's just not something that I care to use. So this process works for me, so I don't have to worry about not having hair at the end of the day. And so I'm putting this behind these little parts only because I'm going to leave out some of my hair. Again, no glue is going to go down here, but I just want to like secure this cap, and then I'm going to put like another little net over it as well. Now I would not leave out hair if I was doing a frontal, as realistic as it would look. It's not worth me not having hair. But again, this is not glue, this is just my prep. And a lot of people have a hard time with their caps staying down with just Gots to Be and stuff, or the spray or anything like that. Honey, that's not going to be an issue. You'll see in a second. You're going to have no problems with this cap staying down. Okay, so I'm also going to create a little cut. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to, now that it's dry, cut it off. So I don't want it this far down. My hair is here, the cap's down there, so I'm just going to lift it up some. And you see I pretty much have to pull it off. Okay, so now we have the cap on. I just wanted to show you again. This is a Swiss lace, and it hasn't been plucked or anything. I did not. I did bleach the knots just because I wanted to see what it was. And if you look at it, I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's way more durable. There's no issues with this lace. Once you pluck it, you can melt it the same damn way and it'll be absolutely amazing. Okay. And that was a transparent Swiss lace. Now, granted, because HD lace is so damn thin, it melts 100 times better. Just look at that. But it does have some qualms. It's just, you know, a lot thinner, so it is easier to like break or to rip it. So I want mine to come like right here. So I'm actually gonna have to step away, get something to mark off, and then come back. Also, another little tip, I do tend to cut, I don't even know if y'all can see that. You see how this is like doubled and a little thicker? I cut that side just so y'all can see a little bit further down. So a lot of these front closures are pre-plucked, so it's a lot thinner in the front. So you just want to cut some of that down so it doesn't show when you're actually sewing everything together. Pencil, and I want this side to start literally right there. Okay, so I kind of put two markings, one where I would need to thread it and then one where the glue would be. So that's that. I'm actually, because I just want to make sure my skin is super protected, I'm actually going to add a little bit more of the skin protector. Now, you should still have some, like if you put too much on and you cut the cap back once you use this to seal that, you may still have some on your skin, so this step may not even really be necessary. But I'm just doing it because once I glue this baby down, I don't want to have to fool with it. Also note, this glue is waterproof, so you can go swimming in it. Has a 3 to 5 week hold depending on your body chemistry, and you can do some things in it. So I just want to make sure. Okay, so in terms of, first of all, I've been wearing wigs, so I haven't actually done a closure install in quite some time. But in terms of actually applying your closure, I like to place like my closure exactly where I want it to go. Determine how far up I'm gonna want it. And then I sew down. I start to make my stitches to kind of lock it in place. Just because I want to make sure that it's not going to move, pretty much. So I'm going to start sewing like through the cap.
So you see I've done a few knots on one side. I am now going to go over here and do the same thing, but I'm going to stitch with another needle. So the tension will help lay your closure flat. It's actually really good if you do like a glueless as well. Just creating that tension with your closure will allow you to be able to like actually
It's actually really good if you do like a glueless as well. Just creating that tension with your closure will allow you to be able to like actually not have to use glue if you don't want to. But I like my Melt Honey, so she's going to be glued today. So now that that is secure on both sides, as you see, you know, we're good to go in terms of it being locked and loaded. Definitely gonna want to get the hair out of the way. I don't know where my clip is, but we'll just kind of tuck that. Oh, she's cute already. And then I'm going to actually sew some of this on, or some of my bundles. And then once I have like 2 or 3 sewn on, I'm going to then attach my closure. I do this because when you're sewing, if you're kind of heavy-handed like me, or you make sure that everything's like pulled tightly like me, what you're gonna find is that you can end up causing your closure to like push back with you sewing on your weft. So to avoid that, I'm just going to make sure that I sew some on before I glue it, so the position of my glue and everything can be locked and loaded. Alrighty, next step, add bundles. I'm gonna put a net on, sew my bundles on, and then I'll be good to go for the next step. Alright, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna put on my glue, and it's just a clear adhesive. You want to put the thinnest layers possible. A lot of people make mistakes with trying to put like the thickest layer, thinking it's gonna stay longer. It'll actually last less time if it's too thick. And then with HG lace, it also is just very thin. So if you use too much, it'll end up going through the grids and looking a mess. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna place that glue right there, and I'm gonna take the back of this and I'm gonna smooth it out. As you see, it pretty much looks like it's not even there. That's what you want. Whatever amount of glue you normally put on, put half of that. Like with this glue, a little goes a hell of a long way. You do not want to use a whole bunch of it. Like, you don't. Okay, so now when you have your super thin layer on, you want to make sure to go ahead and blow dry it until it's tacky. And I do a combination of hot and cold to lock it in. Do one more super thin layer, dry it again, and then I'll show you guys how I attach it. So okay, so now it's glued down, and I'm going to take the lace I'm just going to place this on top. I'm gonna hold it for like 10 seconds. Okay. Now that I've held it, I'm gonna take a comb, just kind of move those little hairs out the way. Then I'm gonna kind of pat it in. And see, I try not to just mash it in, only because all those little hairs, I don't want the glue to attach to that. But if you see, you know, we're good to go in terms of making sure that everything is locked and loaded. I'm now gonna take the whatchamacallit, I'm gonna take the blow dryer, and then I'm also gonna heat up my hot comb. Oh gosh. And then I'm going to run the hot comb over it after I actually blow dry it and lock it in. What I'm gonna end up doing is, well, I guess I'll show you guys how to cut it. So you just want to try to do like a zigzag. Alright, so that's off. The only thing I'm going to do right now is go over, because you see that line, just go over with some alcohol, 91% alcohol. It's on a paper towel, and just you can do this with a Q-tip, paper towel, whatever. If you do it with a paper towel, just make sure that you don't, you know, rub too much of it off to where you're not lifting up the actual lace. Hey, so I'm back and I finally finished my install. So this is the completed product, and then this is my closure, my 5x5 closure. So yeah, just wanted to show you the completed look. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other videos you want to see. All right guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.